Sparky's thoughts.
But he made graduation, guys. All jokes aside, unless you guys been living under a rock, you guys know Ye's been tweaking lately, which isn't necessarily anything new per se, right? At least once a year, maybe once every 2 years, he goes on his tangents where he says things so unforgivable to the point where he starts losing brand deals, and people say, this is the time that I'm finally gonna stop listening to him. I know he made graduation, but this is finally the time that I'm gonna draw the line. Someone needs to take away his brand deals. Why do we still support him? Why do we still buy his clothes? We kind of been here before, but this time is different because, this time is it isn't really that different. The closest thing I could say is that he was tweeting bullshit for probably like 3 days straight or something like that, and he went ahead this time and threw in some stuff about the diddler, which the only reason that that's even something new is because the last time Kanye went on his tangents, we didn't know half of the things we knew about the did man himself. And before I talk about what I think about this situation, let me just give you guys a little bit of background about me and my thoughts on Kanye West. I'd say I'm a pretty big fan of Kanye. I love his music, and honestly, it's quite nostalgic for me. From Getting Fly to jumping out of a helicopter in Saints Row 3.
Here we go.
Hey, hey,
I connect a lot of fond memories to Ye and his music, and as a dude that's into fashion, quite frankly, like, he's pretty inspirational. Like, I literally used to sleep outside and wait for Yeezys, getting kicked out of banks, getting put in non-skippable cutscenes by crackheads just to get a chance to buy that man's shoes. And honestly, I do think he's a pretty intellectual guy when it comes to anything that isn't political. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I even used to be one of those people that used to defend a lot of his points. Not the ones that are obviously not good points, but really I feel like he's one of those people where a lot of the things that he said would happen ended up happening. He ended up conquering the fashion industry. He ended up at the top of the musical charts. He ended up being one of the biggest artists of our generation. And honestly, I do think he deserves a lot of the respect that he gets. But we gotta leave him alone, man. We do. And I'm not saying to stop listening to his music or anything like that, or stop buying his clothes. Well, unless it's the last thing that he dropped on the Yeezy website that, honestly, I'm not even gonna go ahead and put up. You could just do your research on your own. Sorry to interrupt this captivating video that I put out for you guys, but do me a favor and follow me on Twitch. I stream like every other day on there, and follow my plug channel, Sparky No Thoughts. My VODs are up there, and I literally upload every day, if not every other day. If you guys want consistent content between my Twitch and my plug channel, you will not be disappointed. Back to the video though. I personally can separate the art from the artist and enjoy entertainment for what it is. Just entertainment. There's a lot of people in my phone that I listen to right now that I'd probably walk past in real life. There's a lot of people in my phone that if I came across in real life, I'd probably immediately start glazing. But I can definitely just take entertainment for what it is. But when it comes to Ye and his rants, guys, just, I don't know, something about it rubs me off the wrong way. And not necessarily what he's saying in and of itself, none of that surprises me, but it's just how people react to it that's just a little bit upsetting at this point. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. A lot of these controversial things that Kanye says, not only do I not think he actually believes them, but I don't think he puts that much thought into them at all. I feel like he wants to give off the vibes that he's this revolutionary that has these ideas that everyone truly knows, but deep down are too scared to say or admit. And I feel like a lot of that is for his diehard fans that are just gonna take what he says with a bowl of sugar, spice, and everything nice and kind of ride his meat with no license without even challenging his perspective or really their own. And those people are those people, right? Like realistically, for you to even be in a position like that, you're probably beyond being saved. Like this is the inside of their ass if Ye tells them to go fuck themselves. But I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed this, but every time Ye says something controversial, he does it in this edgelord way to where it's just like, he just spews it out for people to just gasp at the screen and be like, oh, I can't believe he just said that. Like in a movie, whenever a character says something deep, they just say it, and then there's like 10 seconds of silence to give the audience time to react and internalize what they say. But don't you guys think that if a lot of these ideologies came from somebody that actually believed in them, that they would, I don't know, go into more detail? But every time he says something edgy, it's just, this was a choice. This person doesn't care about black people. This person deserves to be free, right? And I'm obviously saying these things the way I'm saying them for a reason. But it's like, I don't know, I can't help but think that if there was really some big cause behind this, or it really reflected the way you actually felt, as stupid as it may seem, go into some detail. Explain why you feel like this person needs to be free, or why you feel like Mustache Man is a legend. And that's not to say that any sort of explanation that he gives would change anyone's minds or perspectives or make anything he's saying right, but it's kind of getting hard to take what he's saying serious, because whether it's stupid or not, I question the authenticity of the conviction of these beliefs. Not to mention, most of the time that he pulls these stunts is during some pivotal time in his life where he needs the press to be on him. I don't think it's a coincidence that not too long after the George Floyd situation and the whole questionable stuff that happened with a lot of police brutality, he's seen with Candace Owens wearing a White Lives Matter shirt. I don't think it's a coincidence that whenever politics was the big thing going on and Donald Trump was the most controversial figure since most serial killers, that Ye suddenly wants to dabble in politics and put on a Make America Great Again hat. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that now that he's about to drop his Bully album, coming off of the mixed reception of 2 albums that I personally thought were kind of mid, he's running around saying free Diddy. He's giving all this praise to the Mustache Man, which, by the way, this isn't even the first time he's done this. And his wife became not only the first woman, but the first person to wear an invisibility cloak to the Grammys. Within the same week that Kendrick Lamar was about to perform at the Super Bowl. All of this is for controversy, man. A lot of people forget that even when Kendrick Lamar and Drake were in the midst of their beef, he tried to insert himself in, and honestly, they wasn't having that shit. It was like a 3-year-old trying to break up a fight between 2 grown men, and I feel like that burned him personally. All I'm saying is, I don't think the timing of any of this is a coincidence. Now, why is it upsetting to see how people are reacting to this? Because the points he's making are obviously stupid. They're obviously for attention, and more importantly, by even trying to give his points the benefit of the doubt of being taken seriously, we are giving him exactly what he wants. Everyone knows the stuff that he's saying is stupid, untrue, and deep down, I feel like if people really thought about it, at no point is Ye gonna even try to argue that any of this stuff is really happening or that it's true. But even if he did, there's a reason why we don't argue with people that say the sky is blue. We call them stupid and we move on. You can't fight a troll with evidence. And in a lot of regards, when you do that, it's giving light to the potential that the arguments that the troll is making have merit that are even worth disproving with evidence. And sitting there crying and moaning and complaining about his Twitter rants is just giving him what he wants. I get that a lot of people are emotional. I 100% acknowledge that the stuff he says on Twitter might have upset people, but that was his point. So why give him what he wants? Just leave Kanye alone, man. Leave him alone. Everyone always says I miss the old Kanye and that Kanye needs to get help. And some people even say he should have never left Kim. But the fact of the matter is, the more controversial Kanye got, the more money he made. Even when he lost all the money and the notoriety and his brand deals, he's now back to being a billionaire. Why would the old Kanye come back? He got what he wanted, and he's continuing to get what he wants through the internet, giving light to these situations that shouldn't be taken seriously. And I'm not here to argue whether he's mentally ill or not, or whether he's on pills or a canister of galaxy gas blowing up his ass while he's writing these tweets. We don't know that, and quite frankly, we can't even affect that. Even if we did know whether that was true or not, we can't control that. However, what we can control is how we react to these situations and how we let the harsh words of a lot of these people affect us. So I know it's hard, but guys, just leave Kanye alone. Oh, and I forgot to mention that upon me recording this video, apparently his wife is trying to divorce him. I have absolutely nothing to do with that information, but I thought it was worth mentioning because I'm a little late to the party. But yeah, man, just leave Kanye alone. I'm out, y'all.
Sent to hell, she a sucker bitch. She a Jezebel. May not be for me, but shorty got the power to allure me. Such a thought.